Hello and welcome to the next Lukozer retro game review video. And yet we've gone way back again. 1979 for this one, the original Asteroids, which was released by Atari. This game used a Motorola 6502 processor, the same processor that the Commodore 64 and the BBC Micro, among others, used. Although this one is a damn sight faster than the Commodore 64's was. This one runs at 1.5 megahertz, so it's a good 50% faster than the Commodore 64 version. Commodore 64 clock speed. In fact, it's over 50%. I believe the Commodore 64 ran at something like 950 hertz. I'm sure someone can put me right on that. Anyway, this has nothing to do with asteroids. So, well, what can I say about this that people don't already know? Probably not a great deal. Now this was a bit of a first actually. It was the first arcade game to use vector graphics rather than actual pixels. So that resulted in the game having its very distinctive look. And even though it was black and white, it looked great at the time, and personally I think it still looks great today. I am quite a fan of this sort of minimalistic look, even though, I mean, it wasn't done in a minimalistic way on purpose back in 1979. This was the only way they could really do it. But it suits the game then, I think it suits the game now. So, right, let's get a game underway, shall we? Because you don't need me to tell you how to play this fucking thing. Now, I play it, well, I think the same way everybody fucking played it, but, well, let's see if it's how you did. So, my way of playing involved staying in the middle and only moving when I have to, which I did then, but I fucked up big time. I don't usually lose a life on the first fucking wave, that's pretty bad. Because I still had one of the large asteroids to get, although he's now gone. It's now just these tiny little ones left. There we go. Right, wave 2. Oh, you fucker. I think I may have to start moving soon. One thing I don't do is use the emergency hyperspace option, because you never know where that's going to put you. Now, I've been playing an awful lot of shooters tonight, and consequently my arm is fucking killing me, so I don't need to be firing so fucking rapidly, and yet that's precisely what I'm having to do. Oh, that was close. But, well, just one more to get. Am I? Fucking hell. Right. Now, one thing I did used to like when playing this back in the day was how the ship looked when you started moving. The little thrust that you saw at the back. We're not going to see it on this go, but well, we will on the next. Right, I don't know why I put my name in because it doesn't save it, so... Right, let's have another bash. So, yep. Oh, fuck yeah, what a flying start. Now, one thing I do like is the fact that it doesn't restart your go, oh fucking hell, until it knows that the area where you actually start, right in the centre, is clear. So there's no danger of you know, restarting and then suddenly bang, dead straight away. Fucking hell. But because I've done nothing but blow up all the large asteroids and leave all the small ones, I could be in a bit of bother here. Fucking hell, that was close. Right, so there's just one of these things left. There we go. Oh God! Fuck me, I don't know how I got away with that. I didn't get away with that one. So I didn't do anywhere near as well that time. Right, there we go, and while we're doing this one, let's get on with the actual review. So, graphics, yes, they're black and white, and yes, they are somewhat basic, but I don't care. I think they look great. I do, as I said at the start, I love the sort of minimalistic look to them, and even though it wasn't intended to be, you know, a minimalistic look, I just think they look great. So I've always liked how the graphics in Asteroids look. They work superbly well. So yeah, I like them. Always have. It's not going to change. Sound, I think the sound again is pretty good. I don't buy the theory that the music, if you can call it that, in the background is based on the Jaws theme. I've heard that theory said countless times as I'm about to croak it. I don't think that is the case. I don't know what it's based on. My goes have all got steadily worse. But I think again it suits the atmosphere of the game quite well, so you know, whether it came from Jaws or not, I couldn't give a toss. I just think it sounds good. And the gameplay, well, if you play it like a lot of people did, where you just stay still, some could argue that the gameplay is very minimal. I don't think so. It still has a lot of gameplay. It still requires a great deal of accuracy. So, yeah, I think the gameplay is extremely good. It does require an awful lot of skill, especially if you play it really as it should be, where you're actually moving around the screen rather than just staying motionless in the centre. So if you are going to actually start moving around, so yeah, I think the gameplay is certainly there. So, you know, I'm probably starting to sound like a bit of a broken record here when I, you know, keep praising all these like early games from, you know, 81, 80, 79, 78, where I think the gameplay is better than it is in modern games. But the bottom line is, it's true. You know, the gameplay in this, simplistic, but it is actually fun, which is, you know, what games are supposed to be, and yet increasingly I see more and more examples of game developers who clearly have completely forgotten this and think that games are all about flashy graphics and, you know, oh, look how great our cutscenes are, you know. Well, I don't play games for cutscenes, I play games for the gameplay, you know. Call me fucking weird if you like. My arm is starting to just completely tighten up. I played way too many fucking shooters today. God. Yeah, I'm not going to be getting too far here. I think it's about to... So I thought it was about to put me back in the centre. Here we go. But really, I'm going to be surrounded, yeah, by asteroids no matter what I do. I was never going to get much further than that. So, minimalistic graphics that I think work extremely well, great sound effects and plenty of gameplay. There's not really very much that you can criticise the game for. So, I will give it... I'll give it 8 out of 10. I would score it more, but I do think that its replay value is a little bit limited. Yes, it is fun to play, but there are better games out there. There are other games that are more likely to grab your attention and keep your attention more than this one. But that's not to say this is a bad game at all. It certainly is not. So, yeah, I think 8 out of 10 is a fair score. So there we go, that is Asteroids from Atari in 1979. I think you can all guess what video will be coming next. So that brings this one to an end, and we will see you in the next one.